Hello, and yeah, I'm doing a room tour again. You see, in January, right, I did this room tour, but the video kind of sucked. Like, no joke, like there's this one shot where I just go from this shelf all the way down there, and then I'm literally with my phone and I'm like, it's like I'm flying the freaking airplane, but it's a phone. I thought back then, like, oh hey, that's a cool effect. So yeah, today I'm just gonna be doing another room tour. And I don't really know what I'm going to call this video because the last video was called Room Tour 2021. So because it's not 2022, so I can't say it's the Room Tour 2022. So, I don't know, I'll figure it out. Editor me, figure it out. Please, that'd be great. Alright, yeah, let's get into it. So before we start, I just thought this was a good moment to just say what equipment I use to like film my videos. Which is why I'm wearing this gaming headset, aka this is my microphone. No joke, I use a gaming headset as a microphone. That's how unprofessional I am. And then I use this weird dinky tripod that I got for like $10 off Amazon. But I had a ring light a couple months ago, but then I kicked it by accident, and now it's broken. Well, the ring light still works, but you can't like put it anywhere without it like falling over. And the tripod that it was on, you can't connect anything to that either, because that's also broken. So I might try to super glue that, but for the moment, I'm like too lazy to do that. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, starting off on this wall, I have a couple of mosaics. And back last year, I had a really big mosaic phase, so I got a bunch of these. And one thing that I'm kind of surprised that not too many other people do is I put the minifigure that is like the figure of the person that's like being represented in the mosaic on the side, right next to the little plate. And now this is really bugging me that he's off-centered by a little bit, so yay, now my OCD is cured. And I did the same for John Lennon, and I made a little custom minifigure of him using that I think it was like the Harry Potter series 2 head for like old Harry Potter. I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm not really a Harry Potter fan. And then I did the same with Darth Vader as well. Now moving on to the meat and potatoes of everything, there's all this. With all of these shelves, I tried to do my best to keep all of them in like a certain theme. Like with this shelf down here, there's a bunch of like First Order / Imperial Star Wars vehicles. Like a Star Destroyer right here, which is pretty cool because like elevated and stuff. And there's also this TIE Interceptor plaque. This is not a UCS set at all, but it makes it look like a UCS set with the plaque, which is pretty cool. Moving one more floor up is the YouTuber house from last year. This feels like it was forever ago, but it also feels like it was last Thursday for some reason. So that's kind of strange. Most of it is intact, outside of like a few of the minifigures in the interior, but the whole exterior is pretty much complete, which is pretty cool. And I also put my Looney Tunes figures here for some reason. Don't know why, they just kind of are here, so don't question it. Over here, we have a little bit of a Chima display. And the reason why I have these Chima figures is because my friend, it was like September, I went to his house and I bought a lot of this stuff from him for really cheap. Like this big figure right here, I got for $4 when in reality he's like 10. And these figures were all like 10 in total. And they're usually worth around like 20 to 25, which is pretty cool. Moving up another shelf is like the Rebels / Resistance shelf. Like the quote-unquote good guys, if you will. And this one's kind of cool. I like how I have all like these spaceships kind of flying out in the background. I made a Jedi Bob minifigure because I didn't want to shell out $100 for him. And I have a Han Solo Chewbacca watch, which is pretty cool. So definitely like my favorite part of this shelf, not gonna lie. And then for one of my favorite shelves is the Woohoo Island. Now this mock is pretty much still intact like the YouTuber house. All I had to do was take off this base plate because I couldn't fit the whole mock on the shelf. But it still gives off the same effect, and the mountain still looks pretty cool in the back. The only thing that bugs me is with these shelves there's like places where the light could like bleed in. So this looks like really unnatural with like this light right here on this part of the mountain. But I'll probably figure out a way to like kind of limit that and stuff. But overall, this still looks like a pretty cool mock, not gonna lie. Moving on to the next set of shelves are the two shelves that haven't changed at all, aka the Mario and this shelf. I don't really know what it's called. With the Mario shelf, everything's just kind of the same. Haven't really gotten any new Mario sets since the last time, so yeah, they're all just kind of here. I haven't used the Mario stuff in like forever since I filmed the last Luigi video, so yeah. And then moving down one is like this monster robot fight. I made these, I think it was 3 years ago, maybe 2. And this guy right here is kind of special because he's like my first ever major, like, big mock I've ever made. But you can kind of tell because like his chest right here is like only 10 studs wide, and the rest of him is like way wider, so it looks really weird. And like his limbs are also like really small. But the robot, no, not the robot, the monster, I don't know what I called these. He looks pretty cool. He also has an ass. There is more down here, aka this little micro scale city that I made a couple months ago. I was gonna make it into a video, but I just didn't feel like it, so I didn't. But here it is. It's a cool city. I like these Chinese temples in the back. They look pretty gnarly. And there's a couple other like planes and stuff around here as well, which is gnarly, I guess. I don't know. I just had nowhere else to put them, so I just put them here. Finally, for the bottom shelf, I have the Space Cowboys theme from September, and I have everything intact. And I have a couple trains as well, because I don't really know where to put them, so they're just kind of vibing here. Moving on, we have the sorting shelves, which I did this summer, and it was like the best experience trying to sort all these. It was like a really cool goal for the summer, so that was nice. And I have mostly everything sorted, like everything that I need at least. Like on this cabinet, this is all like the specialized pieces like snot bricks, corner tiles and stuff, minifigure parts, minifigure accessories, etc. And then in this part is a lot of like the muted colors and like Technic pieces and like CCPS parts. I don't know why like pink and purple are here, but they just kind of are. And then one more over is all like the colorful brick pieces that I use often. And for some reason I have a bunch of like studs. I forgot how I got these, but they're just kind of here. So yeah, that's cool. Don't know what I'm going to use them for though. Moving along, there's a couple things on top of these shelves, such as this cool Millennium Falcon display, which looks really nice. And I like how like there's like the microfighter and then the mini, and then like it just keeps getting smaller and smaller, which is cool. And this Star Wars logo also looks pretty nice. And then I have a specifically Jack the Lego Maniac shelf. A lot of this isn't supposed to be explained, which is good, because it's all going to be revealed for next video. So like stay tuned, I guess. But yeah, this is like everything to kind of do with Lego Maniac lore. And the final shelf is this cool little pirate ship. We have a couple other little mosaics on this shelf right here. I don't know why there's a gap right there, but that bugs me. I have a couple of video minifigures, and I got really ticked off when I got these 2 cheerleaders. That was like the worst part of my year, honestly. Again, still don't know why there's a gap. I tried out one of the brick sketches this year as well. It was a cool build, but it's kind of It's like I just rather make like a mosaic of it. Now I have a couple of other like pixel art things and whatever. I have a collection of all my nano figures and like my color wall, like the periodic table thing. Except now I don't have to actually pay for it, so that's cool. And then over on this wall, there's a few other things, such as all my 1x1 printed tiles. There's a couple duplicates, but to be fair, I don't really care. I made this cool little pattern, and I think it looks pretty cool. And then I made a couple of minifigure displays, such as this one for Elf. And you know how like in the movie poster, Buddy is like the L? So yeah, that's what I did in this one. And then I had a really big Squid Game phase back in October, so I made a Squid Game display with all the wrong colors for some reason. And then a Friday Night Funkin' one because I didn't know what to do with the minifigures. So yeah, I think it looks pretty gnarly. And one more thing. I've never brought this up on the channel, but this has always kind of been a cool thing. Back in last October 2020, one of my friends gave me this little plaque as 100 subscribers like reward thing. And yeah, I just kind of have it chilling right here because it's pretty cool. And it was kind of weird how I went from 100 to like 1,000 in like 2 months. So yeah, that's just kind of vibing there, and it's pretty cool. And now for the big boy shelves. Alright, so there's a lot to go through here, so I'm going to try to make it kind of quick. Down here we have like the Nintendo shelf with all like the Nintendo stuff and whatever. Up here we have like Ninjago vehicles and this cool mock that I made back last year. Oh geez, that was like a while ago, but like, the idea is that there's a lever back here, and if you spin it, like, it does spin jitsu, and it's really cool. I think I won a mock contest for that, but I'm not sure. Moving up one more shelf is the Temple of Air Jitsu, Treehouse, Sea Bounty, all that. But it all looks really cool on the shelf, and it all comes together really well. So, that looks pretty nice. And the Treehouse and the Temple actually look really good to each other for some reason. Don't know why, they just kind of do. Up another shelf is all of the idea sets that I have, plus a couple other things. Like a couple weeks ago, I saw this movie called Finch on Apple TV, and it was actually really good, so I made a couple of minifigures off that. And I have the llama video thing. I got it for a good price, around like $10 or so, which is pretty nice. And yeah, that's pretty much everything on this shelf. Oh, and the final one up here is all my Brickheadz and a couple other random things, such as like Hogwarts, this Darth Vader clock thing, the Benatar, a couple of Bionicle stuff, which we'll get to in a little bit, a plane with Dareth, the man, the myth, the legend, and a couple other mechs, which are pretty gnarly. And I also forgot to mention that shelf over there, which is not good, so I'm going to do that quickly. I have the Hubble Telescope right here with a couple other minifigures. Wally, which is pretty cool because I actually didn't own this set, so I just built it out of my own parts. It took forever, but it was definitely worth it. Up here is Krennic's shuttle. Hopefully you can get a good view of it. And I really like how it looks in like that flight mode. The gray pillar doesn't look so good, but I think it works. And then I have a couple of the masks, such as the Darth Vader, Boba Fett, and Infinity Gauntlet, which isn't a mask, but whatever. But they all look really cool. And the pearl gold on this, well, not pearl gold, whatever it is, like the drum lacquered stuff, looks really sick. And then there's like a couple other promos, and then the space shuttle, which is just so beautiful to look on a shelf. And I love the display stand it comes with it. In my opinion, it like just elevates the set to another level. Back to these shelves. We'll start down here again with this is like the Halloween shelf kinda. I have like this old Ninjago castle and Stranger Things set, and the scary ghost. Yeah, that scary ghost. And then up here was the second shelf, or well, the first/second shelf of my buying rare Lego on a budget stuff. And I was supposed to get an adventure set that was going to go here, but I haven't bought it yet. I haven't seen it for a good price in a while, so when I do buy it, it's going to go right there. But everything else over here looks pretty cool. And then moving up one more shelf was supposed to be the space shelf. I was going to get like a couple more space vehicles, but I never got the chance because of all this. I spent like a lot of my budget on Bionicle. Don't know why I got into Bionicle so much, but I did. But to be fair, this is like my favorite shelf. I'm not gonna. Oh shoot! I forgot to turn on the lights. Hold on. You guys ready? You guys ready? Boom! Check that out. That's like 10 times more cooler. So, yeah, I'd say Bionicle is definitely a good theme to get into. If you're gonna get, if you had to get one set, I'd say get Tahu. He does go for like pretty expensive prices, but you can usually find him in the wild for under $10. So I definitely recommend it. One more thing, I kind of forgot to mention this, like, you know, like the gigantic Lego logo that's just kind of vibing back here. So yeah, this is not like my design. I believe it was from Brickheadz tutorial, but he got it from somebody else, so I don't know who created this design, but I just got it from Brickheadz, so yeah, I think I'll put a link in the description or something if you want to make it yourself. For the second to last set of shelves, I think, hopefully, my voice is starting to die off, so sorry if I sound really weird. Up here, we have just kind of a random shelf full of a couple Monkey Kid sets and the Batwing. I don't know why the Batwing is here, it just kind of is, so don't question it. And then there's this. Don't question it. And then the final shelf is this little ice planet / Coast Guard thing down here, which doesn't really get much attention at all. I usually just use this for like white parts, so it's just not really doing anything. But I think the color scheme looks kind of nice. So I have a couple pieces of cardboard just kind of laying around. They've been there for like 6 months, and I don't really know what to do with them, so they're just kind of chilling there. And then there's this. Now here's the thing about this city. You see, in November, I was just really bored for one weekend, so I just made a Lego city. Yeah, that's kind of strange, but that's just kind of how I roll. For like an in-depth tour, if you really want to know what's going on, There's water right here. There's like a main street that goes all the way down through here. There's the police station from 2012, which looks 10 times better than all of the other police stations. And then there's like a curve here. There's train. The train moves. I'll show you that in a sec. And then there's a little haunted section. And these two sets, or three sets actually, shock me, because the thing about these is that they're worth like crazy amounts on the aftermarket. But the craziest thing is that I didn't have to even buy them. When I moved into this house, I forget how many years ago, but it was a lot of years ago, they left like a bunch of Monster Fighter sets. I think it was almost a full wave, including the haunted house. The house wasn't complete, but it was pretty much complete to the point where you can't really tell it's incomplete. And now this set is worth like $400 to $500. I don't know, I haven't checked in a while. So maybe one day I'll sell it, but to be fair, it's like kind of too cool that I kind of want to keep it. And then there's a train, and the train does move. Hold on, let me like turn this on and stuff. And then I left a controller over here, and then if this goes according to plan, I've tested this in a couple weeks, so hopefully it works. Oh yeah, it works. Boom, watch it go. Oh shoot! Moving on from that disaster is the final set of shelves. This one is just kind of basic. It's all the other things that I just had left over, such as a couple of the festive things I own, a little Marvel shelf with the Avengers compound, some Ultra Asian stuff, which is actually a really cool Lego theme. I'd recommend checking it out if you haven't already, and like a Batcave looking thing. And I got this cool Batman logo off of Rebrickable. I'll put another link in the description for that as well. And I also got like a Bat computer, which also looks pretty nice, and a couple other Batman vehicles, so this shelf is pretty cool in my opinion. And finally, there's this. Yeah, I know, there's a lot. So this, when I filmed it in January, was all barren. There's nothing here except for like these three things and like that. That was it. And all these minifigures were just not here. The reason why they're here was because I was bored during February vacation, and I just made all of it. If you really want to get into the nitty-gritty details, this section right here is all like the random licensed minifigures. This entire wall is Ninjago, and it goes all the way up to the golden figures. This is Lego Movie, collectible minifigure series, Ghosts, and the Beatles. Rick Astley, but he's yellow. So that's cool, I guess. And then this is also really cool. Hello, that is me. I'm in the reflection. I got this at, I think it was like some sort of like home store. I forget what it's called. There's like a billion like home named stores, but this one is really cool. It's like the patent, but it's all colored, and it looks really nice, and I do like it. So yeah, just kind of want to throw that in there as a cool thing. Anyway, moving on to like the interesting things, aka this shelf. This was expensive. It was like $100, but it stores like 300 minifigures, so in my opinion, it was worth it. Plus, it has space up here to store at least one set of collectible minifigures. So if every new wave, if I do end up collecting a full series, I'll just put them up here. And specifically in this shelf is a bunch of Star Wars, a bunch of DC, and a bunch of Marvel. And this is a chair, that is also a chair, and that is a computer, and that is a Christmas tree. And that's it. Yeah, that's the full room. I hope you enjoyed. This is more of a personal video for me, because I want to look back at this another year from now, like I did with the other video, and see, oh hey, how has stuff changed? So yeah, that's cool. Also, I think I just had a really bad voice track, which isn't good. So yeah, that was the video, and here's the thing, right? The next video on this channel is the final video of Jack Lego Maniac. And it's a different kind of video where it's like, I'm not really going to say what it is, but you can probably guess what it is. I'm not going to be like, it's in a completely different format to this. So this is like the last time I'm like genuinely sitting down and like just like talking through the camera. Like legit. So, I guess I should say some things. Number one, thank you to the people who have just kind of watched throughout my whole YouTube experience, and thanks for making this whole thing possible, all this possible, which is just crazy to me. Like I have that. Like what? I'm assuming this video is gonna come out on the 17th of December of 2021. according to my calculations. Well, not really calculations, it's how I planned everything out. And I'm hoping that I'm able to do a live stream before the final video comes out as a final live stream, because I really want to, and I haven't done a live stream since September, so that would be pretty cool. And yeah, then the final video is going to come out on December 23rd, and then we're just done. I'll be on the new channel on January 1st, in case you're interested. I'll be posting the link in the community tab, or I'll post like an introduction, like a channel trailer, if you will, to that channel. So I hope you stay tuned for that. But this is pretty much it. And if you don't like things that aren't Lego, leave now, because from this point forward, there's like no more it's not really Lego content, if you will. You'll see on December 23rd when all this gets explained. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this for the last time, but toodles. And I hope you have a great day. And stay tuned for the final video of Jack, the Lego Maniac. That was really long. Hopefully it wasn't too long though, that'd be great. Oh yikes, it was 2 minutes.